What if I told you that the woman whose sister mocked her modest studio apartment was secretly the owner of a 51-property real estate empire worth over $30 million? And what if I told you that when her family discovered her hidden success, their reaction would change everything they thought they knew about wealth, family loyalty, and the power of quiet determination? I am Sarah, and today I am sharing the extraordinary story of Diana Chen. A story that will completely transform how you think about appearances, assumptions, the incredible achievements that can hide beneath the most humble circumstances. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow I've saved something extra special for you. Diana Chen stepped carefully around the loose floorboard near her apartment door, a movement that had become second nature after 18 months of living in the cramped studio on Maple Street. The building was old, with thin walls that carried every sound from neighboring units and plumbing that groaned ominously during winter months. To any visitor, particularly family members who occasionally stopped by, the space appeared to represent exactly what it seemed: the modest dwelling of a 28-year-old woman working as a property management assistant for a small real estate company downtown. The apartment measured exactly 420 square feet, with a Murphy bed that folded down from the wall each evening, and a kitchenette that consisted of a small refrigerator, two-burner stove, and barely enough counter space for meal preparation. Diana had furnished the space with pieces from thrift stores and online marketplaces, creating a functional but unremarkable living environment that served her basic needs, while maintaining the appearance of someone living paycheck to paycheck in an expensive city. This appearance was entirely intentional, though nobody in Diana's family understood the strategic thinking behind her choice to live in such modest circumstances. They viewed her housing situation as evidence of limited ambition or poor financial management, never suspecting that their assumptions about her circumstances were fundamentally incorrect. Diana had learned early in her journey that appearances could be powerful tools for maintaining privacy and avoiding unwanted attention while pursuing long-term objectives that required discretion and patience. Diana's background provided little indication of the business acumen she would eventually develop. Born to immigrant parents who had worked multiple jobs throughout her childhood to provide basic necessities, she had grown up understanding the value of money and the importance of financial security. Her parents, Robert and Linda Chen, had operated a small corner grocery store for 15 years before retiring, instilling in Diana the principles of hard work, customer service, and careful resource management that would later inform her approach to business development. During her university years studying business administration, Diana had become fascinated by real estate investment and property management. While her classmates focused on traditional career paths in corporate finance or marketing, Diana spent her free time studying property values, analyzing market trends, and learning about the complexities of real estate law and taxation. Her professors noted her unusual interest in what they considered a rather unglamorous sector, but Diana recognized opportunities that others overlooked. The real estate market in her city had experienced significant volatility during her college years, creating opportunities for investors with patience and capital to acquire undervalued property. Diana observed that many small property owners lacked the knowledge or resources to maintain their investments effectively, leading to situations where valuable assets were sold below market value due to temporary financial pressures or management challenges. Upon graduation, Diana had deliberately chosen her position as a property management assistant, not because she lacked other options, but because the role provided invaluable insider knowledge about the local real estate market. Her employer, Hartwell Property Services, managed over 200 rental units throughout the city, giving Diana exposure to every aspect of property ownership, from tenant relations to maintenance coordination to financial analysis. During her first year in the position, Diana absorbed information about property values, rental rates, maintenance costs, and investment returns with the intensity of someone preparing for a crucial examination. She volunteered for additional responsibilities that exposed her to different property types and management challenges, building comprehensive understanding of the factors that determined investment success or failure in real estate market. Diana's colleagues and supervisors viewed her enthusiasm as evidence of dedication to her entry-level position, never suspecting that she was conducting market research for her own investment activity. Her questions about property acquisition costs, renovation expenses, and tenant screening procedures appeared to reflect professional curiosity rather than personal interest in property ownership. While working full-time at Hartwell Property Services, Diana had begun saving aggressively for her first investment property. She lived frugally, avoiding the expensive apartments and lifestyle choices that many of her peers considered normal for college graduates. Her modest studio apartment, which would later become a source of family criticism, was actually a strategic choice that minimized her housing costs, while positioning her in a neighborhood where she could observe property values and rental markets firsthand. Diana's savings rate exceeded 50% of her income during her first 2 years of employment, a discipline that required significant sacrifice but provided the capital foundation necessary for property investment. She cooked meals at home, used public transportation, and avoided entertainment expenses that would have reduced her ability to accumulate the down payment needed for real estate purchase. The breakthrough moment in Diana's journey occurred during her 3rd year at Hartwell Property Services, when she learned about a small apartment building that was entering foreclosure proceedings. The owner had experienced financial difficulties following a divorce and medical expenses, creating an opportunity for acquisition below market value. The building contained 6 units in a desirable neighborhood, generating steady rental income but requiring management attention that the distressed owner could not provide. Diana approached this opportunity with the analytical skills she had developed through her professional experience and academic preparation. She conducted comprehensive financial analysis of the property, including current rental income, maintenance costs, property taxes, and potential for value improvement through strategic renovation. Her calculations indicated that the investment would generate positive cash flow immediately while providing significant appreciation potential over time. The acquisition process required Diana to navigate complex financing arrangements and legal procedures that tested her knowledge and determination. She worked with mortgage brokers to secure investment property financing, coordinated property inspections, and negotiated purchase terms that reflected the property's true value while accommodating the seller's need for quick resolution. When Diana successfully closed on her first investment property, she experienced a profound sense of achievement that validated years of preparation and sacrifice. The 6-unit building represented not just a financial investment, but proof that her unconventional approach to career development and wealth building could produce extraordinary results. During the following months, Diana discovered that property ownership required skills and knowledge that extended far beyond financial analysis. She learned to coordinate maintenance and repairs, screen potential tenants, handle lease negotiations, and manage the countless details that determine whether real estate investments succeed or fail. Each challenge provided learning opportunities that increased her competence and confidence as a property owner and investor. The success of Diana's first investment property created momentum for additional acquisition. Within 6 months, she had identified and purchased a second property, a small duplex that required modest renovations, but offered excellent rental potential in an emerging neighborhood. The cash flow from her initial investment helped finance the down payment for the second property, demonstrating how real estate investment could create compound growth opportunity. As Diana's property portfolio expanded, she maintained her position at Hartwell Property Services and continued living in her modest studio apartment. This consistency was intentional, designed to avoid drawing attention to her investment activities, while preserving access to industry information and professional networks that supported her business development. Diana's family remained unaware of her real estate investments during this period. Her parents, focused on their own retirement planning, assumed that Diana was building her career in property management and saving money for eventually purchasing her own home. Her younger sister, Michelle, who worked in marketing for a technology company, occasionally expressed concern about Diana's modest lifestyle and limited social activities, attributing these choices to financial constraints rather than strategic planning. The contrast between Diana's public persona and private achievements created an interesting psychological dynamic. While she sometimes felt frustrated by others' assumptions about her circumstances, she recognized that maintaining these assumptions provided valuable protection for her business activities and long-term objectives. The discipline required to live below her means, while building substantial wealth, strengthened her character and reinforced her commitment to financial independence. Diana's approach to wealth building differed fundamentally from conventional strategies promoted by financial advisors and popular media. Instead of investing in stocks or mutual funds, she focused on tangible assets that generated immediate income while building long-term value. Real estate provided both cash flow and appreciation potential, creating multiple paths to financial growth that were less dependent on market volatility than traditional investment vehicles. The knowledge Diana gained through property ownership extended beyond financial management to include practical skills in negotiation, problem-solving, and relationship management. Dealing with tenants, contractors, and municipal agencies required communication abilities and emotional intelligence that enhanced her professional capabilities and personal development. By the end of her 4th year working at Hartwell Property Services, Diana owned 4 investment properties, with a combined value exceeding $800,000. The rental income from these properties had begun to approach her salary from full-time employment, creating the foundation for eventually transitioning to property investment as her primary source of income. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel, it means a lot to us. Now back to the story. Diana's success had been achieved through careful analysis, strategic planning, and consistent execution, rather than luck or exceptional circumstance. She had identified opportunities that others missed, developed the knowledge necessary to evaluate them effectively, and maintained the discipline required to accumulate capital and manage investments successfully. The motivational power of Diana's story lay not in extraordinary circumstances or unique advantages, but in her systematic approach to building wealth through education, patience, and strategic decision-making. Her achievements demonstrated that significant financial success was possible for individuals willing to prioritize long-term objectives over immediate gratification and social expectation. As Diana continued expanding her property portfolio while maintaining her modest public lifestyle, she understood that her greatest challenges lay ahead. Managing multiple properties required increasingly sophisticated systems and strategies, while preserving her privacy demanded careful balance between business growth and personal discretion. The foundation Diana had built through years of careful planning and disciplined execution positioned her for exponential growth in the coming year. Her deep understanding of local real estate markets, combined with proven ability to identify and capitalize on investment opportunities, created advantages that would enable her to scale her success far beyond what anyone in her family could imagine. The upcoming revelation of Diana's true circumstances would test not only her family's assumptions about wealth and success, but also their understanding of loyalty, respect, and the importance of supporting rather than diminishing others' achievements. The modest studio apartment that would soon become a source of family criticism represented just the visible tip of an investment empire that would shock everyone who thought they understood Diana's life and capability. Diana's journey from property management assistant to real estate investor illustrated the transformative power of strategic thinking, consistent effort, and unwavering commitment to long-term vision, despite short-term sacrifices and social pressure. Her story would soon demonstrate that the most impressive achievements often develop quietly, hidden beneath humble appearances that mislead casual observers about the extraordinary success taking shape behind the scenes. Diana Chen's intellectual approach to wealth building had been shaped by a fundamental insight that emerged during her sophomore year of college. While studying behavioral economics, she had encountered research demonstrating how people's perceptions of success were often inversely related to actual financial achievement. The most conspicuous displays of wealth frequently masked underlying financial instability, while genuine wealth builders often maintained modest lifestyles that enabled maximum capital accumulation and investment flexibility. This revelation had crystallized into a personal philosophy that guided every major decision in Diana's life. She recognized that society's emphasis on visible status symbols created a trap that prevented most people from achieving meaningful financial independence. The pressure to demonstrate success through expensive cars, luxury apartments, and designer clothing diverted resources away from wealth-building activities toward consumption that provided temporary satisfaction but no lasting value. Diana's psychological framework for success differed fundamentally from the approaches she observed among her peers and family members. While others focused on earning higher salaries or achieving prestigious job titles, Diana concentrated on building systems that generated passive income and accumulated appreciating assets. Her definition of progress measured cash flow and net worth rather than social recognition or lifestyle improvements. The mental discipline required to maintain this approach while surrounded by conventional definitions of success had tested Diana's resolve countless times throughout her journey. Social situations became particularly challenging when friends or family members made assumptions about her financial situation based on her modest lifestyle choices. She learned to deflect questions about her housing situation or spending habits without appearing defensive while maintaining the privacy necessary for her long-term strategy. Diana's educational background provided the analytical foundation for her real estate investment approach, but her true expertise developed through systematic observation and practical experience. She had trained herself to evaluate properties with the same methodical precision that scientists applied to research problems, considering multiple variables simultaneously, while maintaining objectivity about potential outcomes. The property evaluation process Diana had refined over several years involved comprehensive analysis of location demographics, rental market conditions, maintenance requirements, and appreciation potential. She studied neighborhood development patterns, school district ratings, transportation access, and commercial development plans that could influence property values over time. This research-intensive approach enabled her to identify investment opportunities that other buyers overlooked due to insufficient analysis or impatience with detailed investigation. Diana's risk management philosophy balanced aggressive growth objectives with conservative financial practices that protected her portfolio during market downturns. She maintained substantial cash reserves for unexpected repairs or vacancy periods, purchased comprehensive insurance coverage for all properties, and avoided excessive leverage that could threaten her ability to weather temporary financial challenges. The psychological resilience Diana had developed through property ownership extended far beyond financial management to encompass problem-solving capabilities that enhanced every aspect of her personal and professional life. Dealing with difficult tenants, coordinating complex renovations, and negotiating with contractors required emotional intelligence and communication skills that strengthened her confidence in challenging situations. Each successful property acquisition reinforced Diana's belief in her analytical abilities and strategic judgment, creating a positive feedback loop that encouraged increasingly ambitious investment. The compound effect of rental income and property appreciation validated her unconventional approach while providing tangible evidence that her sacrifices were producing extraordinary results. Diana's relationship with her family had become increasingly complex as her financial success grew while her lifestyle remained unchanged. Her parents expressed concern about her career progression and living situation, interpreting her modest circumstances as evidence of limited ambition or poor decision-making. These conversations required careful navigation as Diana balanced her desire to reassure them with her commitment to maintaining privacy about her investment activity. Her sister Michelle represented the most challenging family dynamic, embodying conventional definitions of success through her corporate marketing career and lifestyle choices. Michelle's apparent prosperity demonstrated through her luxury apartment, expensive wardrobe, and frequent travel contrasted sharply with Diana's modest presentation and created an implicit comparison that favored traditional career advancement over alternative wealth-building strategy. The psychological burden of concealing her true financial situation from family members sometimes created feelings of isolation and frustration. Diana understood that revealing her success prematurely could compromise her privacy and attract unwanted attention to her business activities, but maintaining the deception required constant vigilance and emotional energy that occasionally felt overwhelming. Diana's internal motivation system had evolved to derive satisfaction from portfolio performance and strategic achievement rather than external recognition or social validation. She tracked her progress through detailed financial analysis and goal-setting processes that provided clear feedback about her success without requiring others' acknowledgement or approval. The monthly reviews Diana conducted of her property portfolio served multiple purposes beyond financial monitoring. These sessions reinforced her sense of progress and achievement, while identifying opportunities for improvement or expansion. The systematic approach to performance evaluation had become a source of personal satisfaction that sustained her motivation during challenging periods. Diana's professional development at Hartwell Property Services continued to provide valuable learning opportunities that enhanced her investment capability. Her supervisor, James Hartwell, had begun delegating increasingly complex responsibilities that exposed her to sophisticated property management techniques and industry networking opportunities. The knowledge Diana gained through her employment extended beyond technical property management skills to include insights about market trends, regulatory changes, and investment strategies employed by institutional property owners. This insider perspective provided competitive advantages that enabled her to identify opportunities and avoid pitfalls that less informed investors might encounter. Diana's systematic approach to tenant relations had evolved into a comprehensive customer service philosophy that maximized rental income while minimizing vacancy periods and maintenance issues. She understood that satisfied tenants were more likely to renew leases, maintain properties carefully, and recommend her units to potential renters, creating value that extended far beyond monthly rent payment. The property improvement projects Diana undertook combined aesthetic enhancements with functional upgrades that increased rental rates while reducing long-term maintenance costs. Her careful analysis of renovation investments considered both immediate impact on rental income and long-term effects on property value, ensuring that every dollar spent contributed to portfolio growth and profitability. Diana's expansion strategy had evolved from opportunistic property acquisition to systematic market development based on comprehensive analysis of neighborhood trends and demographic patterns. She had identified several emerging areas where property values remained undervalued relative to long-term development potential, positioning her portfolio for significant appreciation as these neighborhoods gentrify. The financing strategies Diana employed balanced leverage optimization with risk management, using mortgage financing to amplify her investment capacity while maintaining sufficient equity cushions to protect against market volatility. Her relationships with multiple lenders provided competitive financing options and flexibility to pursue time-sensitive opportunities when they emerged. Diana's tax planning approach maximized the benefits of real estate investment while ensuring compliance with complex regulations governing rental property ownership. She worked with a specialized accountant who understood the intricacies of depreciation schedules, expense deductions, and capital gains strategies that could significantly impact her long-term wealth accumulation. The business systems Diana had developed for property management enabled efficient operations across multiple properties while maintaining high service standards for tenants. Her use of technology for rent collection, maintenance coordination, and financial tracking reduced administrative overhead while providing real-time visibility into portfolio performance. Diana's long-term vision extended beyond simple property accumulation to encompass development opportunities that could multiply her investment return. She had begun studying zoning regulations and development processes that might enable her to transform existing properties or acquire land for new construction projects. The personal growth Diana experienced through property ownership had enhanced her confidence and decision-making abilities in all areas of life. The responsibility of managing significant financial assets while maintaining complex tenant relationships required maturity and judgment that accelerated her development beyond what traditional employment might have provided. Diana's unique perspective on wealth and success challenged conventional assumptions about financial achievement and lifestyle choices. Her experience demonstrated that meaningful prosperity could develop quietly through strategic planning and disciplined execution, often hidden beneath modest appearances that misled casual observers about underlying accomplishment. The mental frameworks Diana had developed for evaluating opportunities, managing risks, and building long-term value provided transferable skills that enhanced her professional effectiveness and personal relationships. Her systematic approach to problem-solving and goal achievement created habits and mindsets that contributed to success across multiple domains. Diana's story illustrated the transformative power of developing clear vision and maintaining consistent action despite social pressure and conventional expectations. Her willingness to prioritize long-term objectives over immediate gratification had created a foundation for extraordinary achievement that would soon surprise everyone who thought they understood her circumstances and capability. The psychological strength Diana had built through years of independent decision-making and strategic thinking prepared her for the challenges and opportunities that would emerge as her portfolio continued expanding. Her internal confidence and clear sense of purpose provided stability during uncertain periods, while enabling bold action when circumstances warranted aggressive growth initiatives. Diana Chen had transformed the basement storage area of her first investment property into an unofficial headquarters for her expanding real estate operation. The space, originally used for tenant storage, became her private sanctuary where she could analyze market data, review property documents, and plan acquisition strategies without drawing attention from family members or colleagues who might question her activity. The basement office Diana created reflected her practical approach to business development. She had installed adequate lighting, organized filing systems for property documents, and established a workspace with multiple monitors for analyzing market trends and property listings. The modest investment in this hidden facility provided a professional environment for conducting due diligence research and coordinating property management activities across her growing portfolio. Diana's systematic approach to market analysis had evolved into sophisticated methodologies that rivaled the research capabilities of institutional investment. She maintained detailed databases tracking property sales, rental rates, demographic changes, and development projects throughout the metropolitan area. This comprehensive market intelligence enabled her to identify emerging trends and investment opportunities before they became apparent to other market participants. The property evaluation protocols Diana had developed incorporated multiple analytical frameworks that assessed investment potential from various perspectives. She analyzed cash flow projections using conservative assumptions about rental income and expense, evaluated appreciation potential through comparative market analysis and neighborhood development patterns, and considered risk factors, including tenant turnover rates, maintenance requirements, and market volatility scenarios. Diana's acquisition strategy focused on properties that offered multiple pathways to profitability rather than relying solely on rental income or appreciation potential. She sought buildings with value-add opportunities through renovations or improved management practices, properties in transitional neighborhoods positioned for gentrification, and distressed assets where motivated sellers created below-market pricing opportunities. The financing strategies Diana employed maximized her purchasing power while maintaining conservative debt-to-equity ratios that protected her portfolio during market downturns. She had established relationships with multiple lenders who understood her investment approach and could provide competitive terms for different property types and acquisition scenarios. This access to diverse financing sources enabled her to pursue opportunities requiring quick closing timelines or non-traditional loan structures. Diana's renovation and improvement methodology balanced cost-effectiveness with market positioning to maximize rental income and property value. She had developed relationships with reliable contractors who understood her quality standards and budget parameters, enabling consistent execution of improvement projects across multiple properties. Diana's tax optimization strategies incorporated sophisticated planning techniques that maximize the benefits of real estate investment, while ensuring compliance with complex regulations governing rental property ownership. She worked with specialized professionals who understood the intricacies of depreciation schedules, expense categorization, and capital gains deferral strategies that could significantly impact her long-term wealth accumulation objectives. The business intelligence Diana gathered through her employment at Hartwell Property Services provided invaluable insights into institutional property management practices and market dynamics. Her access to industry data, professional networks, and market analysis enhanced her ability to make informed investment decisions while avoiding common pitfalls that challenged inexperienced property investors. Diana's expansion into different property types and neighborhood markets required continuous learning about local regulations, tenant demographics, and management requirements specific to various real estate sectors. She studied multifamily residential properties, commercial retail spaces, and mixed-use developments to understand the operational complexities and investment characteristics of different asset classes. The mentorship relationships Diana had cultivated with experienced property investors provided guidance and perspective that accelerated her professional development beyond what formal education or independent study could achieve. These informal advisory relationships offered insights into advanced investment strategies, market timing techniques, and portfolio management approaches that enhanced her decision-making capability. Diana's systematic approach to due diligence incorporated comprehensive property inspections, financial analysis, and legal review procedures that minimized acquisition risks while ensuring informed investment decisions. She had developed checklists and evaluation criteria that standardized her assessment process while accommodating the unique characteristics of different properties and market conditions. The technology infrastructure Diana had implemented streamlined property management operations while providing real-time visibility into portfolio performance across multiple metrics. Her use of specialized software for rent collection, maintenance coordination, and financial reporting reduced administrative overhead, while improving service delivery to tenants and enabling data-driven decision-making for portfolio optimization. Diana's approach to neighborhood analysis extended beyond traditional demographic and economic indicators to include qualitative factors that influenced long-term property values and rental demand. She studied transportation development projects, commercial district revitalization initiatives, and educational institution expansions that could drive gentrification and property appreciation in targeted investment areas. The professional development Diana pursued through industry conferences, continuing education programs, and specialized training enhanced her expertise in real estate law, market analysis, and investment strategy. This ongoing learning commitment ensured that her knowledge remained current with evolving market conditions and regulatory changes that could impact property investment performance. Diana's risk management philosophy incorporated diversification strategies that reduced portfolio vulnerability to localized market downturns or sector-specific challenges. She balanced her investments across different neighborhood markets, property types, and tenant demographics to minimize concentration risks, while maintaining focus on her areas of expertise and competitive advantage. The financial planning Diana conducted for her property portfolio included scenario analysis that evaluated performance under various economic conditions and market assumptions. This stress testing approach enabled her to identify potential vulnerabilities and develop contingency plans that protected her investments during adverse market cycles or unexpected economic disruption. Diana's vendor management systems ensured consistent service quality across her property portfolio while controlling costs through competitive bidding and performance monitoring. She had established preferred relationships with contractors, suppliers, and service providers who understood her standards and could deliver reliable results at competitive prices for routine maintenance and improvement projects. The legal and regulatory compliance Diana maintained across her property portfolio required ongoing attention to evolving municipal codes, tenant rights legislation, and safety requirements that governed rental property operation. Her proactive approach to compliance minimized legal risks, while ensuring that her properties met or exceeded all applicable standards for habitability and safety. Diana's market timing strategies incorporated both fundamental analysis of supply and demand trends and technical analysis of pricing cycles that influenced optimal acquisition and disposition decisions. Her patient approach to market entry enabled her to purchase properties during favorable conditions, while avoiding overpayment during peak market periods. The networking activities Diana pursued within the real estate investment community provided access to off-market opportunities, professional services, and market intelligence that enhanced her competitive position. Her participation in investor groups and industry associations created relationships that supported her business development while providing learning opportunities from experienced practitioners. Diana's portfolio optimization process included regular evaluation of property performance relative to market conditions and investment alternatives. This systematic review enabled her to identify underperforming assets that might benefit from additional investment or strategic disposition, while recognizing high-performing properties that justified expanded investment or replication strategy. The succession planning Diana had begun developing for her property portfolio addressed long-term wealth preservation and transfer considerations that would become increasingly important as her net worth continued growing. Her consultation with estate planning professionals ensured that her investment structure provided optimal tax efficiency and asset protection, while supporting her long-term financial objectives. Diana's expansion strategy had evolved from opportunistic acquisition to systematic market development, based on comprehensive analysis of demographic trends, economic development patterns, and infrastructure improvements that influenced long-term property value. This strategic approach enabled her to concentrate investments in markets with favorable long-term prospects, while avoiding areas with declining fundamentals or oversupply conditions. The operational efficiency Diana achieved through standardized processes and technology implementation enabled her to manage an expanding portfolio without proportional increases in time commitment or administrative overhead. This scalability was essential for supporting continued growth while maintaining her full-time employment and preserving the privacy that protected her investment activities from unwanted attention. Diana's unique approach to wealth building through real estate investment demonstrated the transformative power of systematic learning, strategic planning, and disciplined execution in achieving extraordinary results through unconventional methods. Her success illustrated that significant financial achievement was possible for individuals willing to prioritize long-term objectives over immediate gratification, while developing expertise in specialized areas that offered superior investment opportunity. The foundation Diana had built through years of careful market analysis, strategic property acquisition, and operational excellence positioned her for exponential portfolio growth that would soon transform her from a modest property owner into a substantial real estate investor with assets that would astonish anyone who assumed they understood her circumstances and capability. The pivotal moment in Diana Chen's transition from anonymous property investor to recognized real estate professional occurred during an unexpected encounter at Morrison Community Bank, where she had maintained her business banking relationship since acquiring her first investment property. Victoria Patterson, a commercial lending officer who had processed several of Diana's property acquisitions, approached her in the lobby with an expression of curiosity that would forever change how others perceived her capability. Victoria had been reviewing Diana's loan portfolio as part of the bank's quarterly assessment procedures when she noticed an unusual pattern. Unlike most small-scale property investors who struggled with cash flow management or required extensive documentation to qualify for subsequent loans, Diana's applications consistently demonstrated superior financial performance and strategic property selection that impressed the underwriting committee. Her debt-to-income ratios remained conservative despite rapid portfolio expansion, and her properties generated rental income that consistently exceeded projections used for loan approval calculation. The conversation that ensued revealed the depth of Diana's real estate expertise to someone outside her carefully maintained circle of contractors and service providers. Victoria's questions about Diana's investment strategy and market analysis capabilities uncovered sophisticated analytical frameworks and comprehensive market knowledge that challenged the banking officer's assumptions about typical small investor competence. Victoria explained that Morrison Community Bank had been seeking local real estate professionals to assist with property valuations and market analysis for commercial lending decisions. The bank's traditional appraisal relationships had become inadequate for evaluating complex investment scenarios or emerging neighborhood markets where conventional comparable sales data provided limited insight into future value potential. Diana's initial reluctance to accept Victoria's consulting proposal reflected her commitment to maintaining privacy about her investment activities. However, the opportunity presented several strategic advantages that aligned with her long-term business development objectives. The consulting relationship would provide access to confidential market data and transaction information that could enhance her own investment decision-making, while establishing professional credibility within the local real estate finance community. The first assignment Victoria offered involved analyzing a mixed-use development project that Morrison Community Bank was considering for construction finance. The developer had requested a substantial loan for converting a former manufacturing facility into residential lofts with ground-floor retail space, but the bank's traditional appraisal methods could not adequately assess the project's viability or appropriate loan terms. Diana approached this consulting assignment with the same methodical precision she applied to her own investment analysis, but the stakes and complexity exceeded anything she had previously undertaken. The project required evaluation of construction costs, rental market demand for loft conversions, retail leasing prospects in the surrounding commercial district, and long-term appreciation potential based on neighborhood development trends. The comprehensive analysis Diana prepared for Morrison Community Bank demonstrated expertise that surprised even Victoria, who had recognized Diana's potential but underestimated the sophistication of her analytical capability. Diana's report included detailed financial projections, risk assessment scenarios, and strategic recommendations that addressed both the immediate lending decision and broader implications for the bank's commercial real estate portfolio strategy. Diana's recommendations proved remarkably prescient when the mixed-use development project proceeded successfully, achieving rental rates and occupancy levels that exceeded the developer's initial projection. The retail spaces attracted quality tenants who enhanced the building's appeal to residential renters, creating a synergistic effect that validated Diana's analysis of the project's integrated value proposition. The success of Diana's first consulting assignment led to additional opportunities, as Morrison Community Bank recognized her unique combination of analytical expertise and practical market knowledge. Victoria began referring complex appraisal challenges and investment evaluation projects that required more sophisticated analysis than traditional methods could provide. Diana's consulting work revealed a significant gap in the local real estate market between institutional investors with extensive analytical resources and individual property owners who lacked access to sophisticated market intelligence. Her ability to bridge this gap through comprehensive analysis and strategic insight created value for bank clients, while establishing her reputation as a trusted advisor for complex real estate decisions. The professional relationships Diana developed through her banking consulting work provided access to off-market investment opportunities and confidential transaction information that enhanced her personal portfolio development. Property owners seeking financing often discussed potential dispositions or partnership opportunities that Diana could evaluate for her own investment consideration. Diana's expanding role as a real estate consultant required careful balance with her continued employment at Hartwell Property Services and her personal property management responsibility. The additional income from consulting work accelerated her capital accumulation, while the professional recognition enhanced her credibility within the local real estate community. The expertise Diana demonstrated through her consulting assignments attracted attention from other financial institutions seeking similar analytical capabilities for their commercial lending operation. Regional banks and credit unions began soliciting her services for property valuations, market analysis, and investment feasibility studies that required specialized knowledge of local market conditions. Diana's systematic approach to consulting engagements incorporated standardized methodologies and documentation procedures that ensured consistent quality while enabling efficient delivery of services across multiple client relationships. Her professional presentation materials and analytical frameworks reflected the same attention to detail that characterized her personal investment activity. The networking opportunities that emerged from Diana's consulting practice provided exposure to commercial real estate brokers, institutional investors, and development professionals who operated at higher transaction volumes and complexity levels than her previous market experience. These relationships expanded her understanding of commercial real estate markets while identifying potential partnership opportunities for larger investment projects. Diana's consulting success required disclosure of her personal property investments to some clients and professional contacts, but she managed this revelation carefully to maintain appropriate boundaries between her advisory services and investment activity. Her transparency about potential conflicts of interest enhanced rather than diminished her credibility as an objective analyst and strategic advisor. The confidence Diana gained through successful consulting engagements reinforced her belief in her analytical capabilities, while providing external validation of her expertise from sophisticated financial professionals. This recognition countered any residual uncertainty about her unconventional path to real estate expertise and validated her decision to pursue property investment, despite limited initial resources or industry connection. Diana's consulting income enabled accelerated acquisition of additional properties, while the professional relationships she developed provided access to financing options and investment opportunities unavailable to typical individual investors. The synergistic effects of consulting practice and personal investment activities created compound benefits that exceeded the value of either activity pursued independently. The documentation Diana maintained for her consulting engagements created a portfolio of analytical work that demonstrated her expertise to potential clients and professional contacts. Her track record of accurate market predictions and successful project evaluations established credibility that supported premium pricing for her advisory services. Diana's expansion into commercial real estate analysis through her consulting practice enhanced her understanding of larger property types and institutional investment criteria that could inform her personal portfolio strategy. The knowledge gained through evaluating office buildings, retail centers, and industrial properties broadened her investment perspective beyond residential real estate. The regulatory knowledge Diana acquired through her banking consulting work included familiarity with commercial lending standards, environmental assessment requirements, and zoning regulations that governed larger real estate transactions. This expertise enhanced her ability to evaluate complex investment opportunities and navigate sophisticated transaction structure. Diana's success as a real estate consultant demonstrated the market value of her analytical capabilities while creating professional recognition that contrasted sharply with her modest personal lifestyle and family assumptions about her circumstance. The growing disparity between her professional accomplishments and perceived personal situation created tension that would eventually require resolution. The professional development Diana achieved through her consulting practice included presentation skills, client relationship management, and project coordination capabilities that enhanced her effectiveness across all business activity. The experience of serving sophisticated clients with complex requirements strengthened her confidence and communication abilities. Diana's systematic approach to building her consulting practice reflected the same strategic thinking that guided her property investment activity. She prioritized client relationships and service quality over rapid revenue growth, understanding that reputation and referrals would create sustainable business development more effectively than aggressive marketing or competitive pricing strategy. The market intelligence Diana gained through her consulting work provided early insights into development projects, financing trends, and investment activity that could influence property values in her target acquisition area. This information advantage enabled more informed investment timing and strategic positioning of her personal portfolio. Diana's consulting success created professional recognition within the local real estate community while maintaining privacy about the full extent of her personal property investment. This balance enabled her to establish credibility and expand her business relationships without attracting unwanted attention to her substantial personal net worth or investment activity. The foundation Diana had built through successful consulting engagements positioned her for expanded professional opportunities while providing the financial resources and industry relationships necessary for accelerated portfolio growth. Her demonstrated expertise and established credibility created options for business development that would soon transform her from individual property investor to influential real estate professional. Diana Chen's property portfolio had expanded to 12 investment properties by the beginning of her sixth year at Hartwell Property Services, generating monthly rental income that exceeded $48,000 while maintaining the careful balance between growth and discretion that protected her investment activities from unwanted scrutiny. The systematic approach she had developed for managing multiple acquisitions simultaneously enabled rapid portfolio expansion without compromising the operational excellence that sustained tenant satisfaction and financial performance across all property. The geographic diversification Diana had implemented across her property holdings reflected sophisticated risk management principles that institutional investors employed to minimize exposure to localized market downturns or demographic shifts. Her investments spanned 7 different neighborhoods within the metropolitan area, each selected based on comprehensive analysis of development trends, transportation access, educational institutions, and economic drivers that influenced long-term property values and rental demand. Diana's acquisition strategy had evolved to incorporate emerging opportunities in commercial real estate sectors that offered superior returns compared to traditional residential rental property. Her recent purchase of a small office building in the downtown business district represented a strategic expansion into commercial property management that required different expertise but provided diversification benefits and higher income potential per dollar invested. The financing arrangements Diana had negotiated for her commercial property acquisition demonstrated the credibility she had established within the banking community through her consulting work and proven track record of successful property management. Morrison Community Bank had offered preferential loan terms that reflected their confidence in her analytical capabilities and operational competence, enabling acquisition of the office building with favorable leverage that enhanced overall portfolio return. The property management systems Diana had developed for residential properties required modification to accommodate the distinct operational requirements of commercial tenants, including more complex lease structures, higher maintenance standards, and sophisticated tenant improvement coordination. The learning curve associated with commercial property management challenged her existing capabilities while providing opportunities for professional development that enhanced her overall real estate expertise. Diana's tenant relations approach for commercial properties emphasized long-term partnership development rather than simple landlord-tenant transactions, recognizing that business tenants required stability and service quality that supported their operational success. Her proactive approach to tenant needs and facility maintenance created competitive advantages that enabled premium rental rates while minimizing vacancy periods that could significantly impact commercial property cash flow. The renovation projects Diana had undertaken across her property portfolio demonstrated her evolving expertise in value-add investment strategies that enhanced both rental income and property appreciation through strategic improvement. Her systematic approach to renovation planning incorporated market analysis of comparable properties, cost-benefit evaluation of potential improvements, and coordination of multiple contractor relationships to ensure quality execution within budget and timeline constraints. Diana's relationship with her general contractor Marcus Rodriguez had developed into a strategic partnership that enabled efficient execution of improvement projects across multiple properties simultaneously. Marcus's understanding of Diana's quality standards and budget parameters facilitated consistent renovation outcomes, while his experience with permit processes and building codes ensured compliance with municipal requirements that governed rental property improvement. The financing strategies Diana employed for property improvements incorporated both traditional construction loans and creative funding arrangements that minimized capital requirements while maximizing return on investment. Her established relationships with multiple lenders provided access to competitive renovation financing that supported portfolio enhancement without straining her liquidity or compromising her acquisition capacity for additional property. Diana's systematic approach to market research had identified several emerging neighborhoods where early-stage gentrification trends created opportunities for strategic property acquisition before widespread market recognition drove prices beyond attractive investment thresholds. Her analysis of infrastructure development, commercial district revitalization, and demographications enabled identification of undervalued areas positioned for significant appreciation over the following 5 to 10 years. The property acquisition process Diana had refined through multiple transactions incorporated comprehensive due diligence procedures that minimized investment risks while ensuring informed decision-making under time pressure. Her standardized evaluation criteria included structural inspection protocols, financial analysis templates, and legal review procedures that enabled rapid assessment of acquisition opportunities without compromising thoroughness or accuracy. Diana's expansion into property development opportunities represented a natural evolution from value-add renovations to ground-up construction projects that offered superior returns but required additional expertise in zoning regulations, construction management, and project finance. Her initial development project involved converting a small commercial building into residential condominiums, leveraging her market knowledge and contractor relationships to navigate the complex approval and construction process. The legal and regulatory expertise Diana had acquired through property ownership included familiarity with municipal zoning codes, environmental regulations, and tenant protection laws that governed different aspects of real estate investment and development. Her proactive approach to compliance and risk management protected her portfolio from legal challenges while ensuring that all properties met or exceeded applicable safety and habitability standards. Diana's tax planning strategy had become increasingly sophisticated as her portfolio value and income grew,
incorporating advanced techniques such as depreciation optimization, expense timing, and capital gains deferral through like-kind exchanges that maximized after-tax returns, while ensuring compliance with complex regulations governing real estate investment taxation. The professional network Diana had cultivated through her consulting practice and property investment activities provided access to specialized services, market intelligence, and investment opportunities that enhanced her competitive position within the local real estate market. Her relationships with appraisers, attorneys, accountants, and other real estate professionals created a support infrastructure that enabled efficient transaction execution and ongoing portfolio management. Diana's insurance portfolio for her property investments incorporated comprehensive coverage that protected against property damage, liability claims, and income loss during vacancy or repair period. Her systematic approach to risk management included regular policy reviews, coverage optimization, and claims management procedures that minimized financial exposure while ensuring adequate protection for her substantial asset base. The technology infrastructure Diana had implemented for portfolio management included specialized software systems for accounting, tenant communications, maintenance coordination, and performance reporting that provided real-time visibility into operations across all property. Her investment in automated systems reduced administrative overhead, while improving service delivery and enabling data-driven decision-making for portfolio optimization. Diana's approach to tenant screening and selection incorporated comprehensive background checks, financial verification, and reference validation procedures that minimized problematic tenancies while ensuring compliance with fair housing regulation. Her systematic screening process protected rental income stability while creating safe, harmonious living environments that enhanced tenant satisfaction and retention across all property. The cash flow management systems Diana had developed enabled optimal allocation of rental income between debt service, maintenance reserves, capital improvements, and acquisition funding for additional property. Her conservative approach to cash flow planning included substantial reserves for unexpected expenses, while maximizing reinvestment in portfolio growth and enhancement activity. Diana's market timing strategy incorporated both fundamental analysis of supply and demand trends and technical analysis of pricing cycles that influenced optimal acquisition and disposition. Her patient approach to market entry enabled strategic purchasing during favorable conditions, while avoiding overpayment during peak market periods that could compromise long-term investment return. The vendor management relationships Diana had established provided consistent service quality across her property portfolio while controlling costs through competitive bidding and performance monitoring.
Her preferred vendor network included contractors, suppliers, and service providers who understood her standards and could deliver reliable results at competitive prices for routine maintenance and improvement projects. Diana's expansion strategy had evolved from opportunistic acquisition to systematic market development based on comprehensive analysis of demographic trends, economic development patterns, and infrastructure improvements that influenced long-term property values. This strategic approach enabled concentration of investments in markets with favorable prospects, while avoiding areas with declining fundamentals or oversupply conditions. The financial performance Diana achieved across her property portfolio consistently exceeded industry benchmarks for rental yield, occupancy rates, and appreciation, validating her analytical methods and operational strategies while providing confidence for continued expansion. Her systematic approach to performance measurement enabled identification of optimization opportunities and replication of successful strategies across multiple properties. Diana's property disposition strategy included systematic evaluation of portfolio assets for potential sale when market conditions or property performance warranted strategic restructuring. Her analytical framework for disposition decisions considered current market values, future appreciation potential, cash flow performance, and portfolio optimization objectives to ensure that asset sales enhanced rather than diminished overall investment return. The succession planning Diana had initiated for her property portfolio addressed long-term wealth preservation and transfer considerations that would become increasingly important as her net worth continued growing. Her consultation with estate planning professionals ensured optimal tax efficiency and asset protection, while supporting her long-term financial objectives and family consideration. Diana's integration of environmental sustainability initiatives across her property portfolio reflected both social responsibility and economic optimization through energy efficiency improvements, water conservation measures, and sustainable building materials that reduced operational costs while enhancing tenant satisfaction and property value. The operational efficiency Diana achieved through standardized processes and technology implementation enabled management of an expanding portfolio without proportional increases in time commitment or administrative overhead. This scalability proved essential for supporting continued growth while maintaining her full-time employment and preserving the privacy that protected her investment activities from unwanted attention. Diana's unique approach to wealth building through systematic real estate investment demonstrated the transformative power of strategic planning, disciplined execution, and continuous learning in achieving extraordinary results through unconventional methods. Her success illustrated that significant financial achievement remained possible for individuals willing to prioritize long-term objectives over immediate gratification, while developing expertise in specialized areas that offered superior investment opportunities. Diana Chen faced the most significant financial decision of her investment career when Metropolitan Development Corporation approached her through Victoria Patterson at Morrison Community Bank, with a partnership opportunity that could transform her from individual property investor to institutional-scale real estate developer. The proposal involved acquiring a former industrial complex spanning 8 acres in the emerging Riverside district, converting the facility into mixed-use development with residential lofts, commercial spaces, and community amenities that would require initial capital investment exceeding $3 million. The magnitude of this opportunity far surpassed any previous investment Diana had considered, requiring financial commitments that would leverage her entire property portfolio, while demanding expertise in complex development processes, municipal approvals, and construction management that extended beyond her current capability. The potential returns justified the substantial risks involved, with projected completion values indicating portfolio appreciation that could accelerate her wealth accumulation timeline by several years. Diana's analysis of the partnership proposal required comprehensive evaluation of multiple variables, including market demand for mixed-use development in the Riverside district, construction costs for adaptive reuse of industrial facility, financing arrangements for large-scale development projects, and regulatory approval processes that governed complex zoning modifications and environmental remediation requirements. The due diligence process Diana initiated for this potential investment incorporated sophisticated analytical methods that combined her established property evaluation techniques with specialized research into development, economics, construction management, and municipal planning procedure. Her systematic approach included site inspections with structural engineers, environmental assessments to identify potential contamination issues, and detailed analysis of comparable development projects to validate financial projections and timeline assumptions. Diana's consultation with established development professionals revealed the complexity of managing large-scale construction projects while coordinating multiple contractor relationships, municipal approval, and financing arrangements that required expertise she had not yet developed through her residential and small commercial property investment. The learning curve associated with development project management represented both opportunity for professional growth and significant risk if execution challenges exceeded her capability. The financing structure proposed by Metropolitan Development Corporation required Diana to provide substantial equity contribution while securing additional capital through construction loans, investor partnership, and pre-sale commitments that would test her financial resources and professional relationships. The partnership terms offered favorable profit-sharing arrangements that reflected recognition of her analytical capabilities and market knowledge, but also required personal guarantees that could jeopardize her existing property portfolio if development challenges created cost overruns or market conditions deteriorate. Diana's evaluation of this partnership opportunity coincided with expansion of her consulting practice, as additional financial institutions sought her expertise for complex real estate analysis and market evaluation services. Regional credit unions and community banks had begun soliciting her services for loan portfolio reviews, market feasibility studies, and strategic planning initiatives that required sophisticated understanding of local real estate markets and investment trends. The increased consulting income Diana generated through expanded client relationships provided additional capital for investment activities while enhancing her professional credibility within the financial community. Her growing reputation as a trusted advisor for complex real estate decisions created networking opportunities and market intelligence that supported both her personal investment activities and potential partnership arrangements. Diana's systematic approach to decision-making for the development partnership incorporated scenario analysis that evaluated project outcomes under various market conditions, construction cost assumptions, and regulatory approval timeline. Her financial modeling included conservative projections that accounted for potential delays, cost overruns, and market volatility that could impact project profitability and cash flow requirements throughout the development process. The professional development Diana pursued to prepare for potential partnership participation included specialized training in development economics, construction management, and municipal planning processes that governed large-scale real estate projects. Her investment in educational programs and industry conferences enhanced her understanding of development complexities, while building relationships with professionals who could provide guidance and support for complex project execution. Diana's risk assessment for the development partnership addressed both financial exposure and operational challenges that could arise during the multi-year project timeline. Her analysis considered potential impacts on her existing property portfolio, liquidity requirements for ongoing operations, and professional reputation risks if development challenges created financial difficulties or project delays that could damage her credibility within the real estate community. The strategic considerations Diana evaluated for partnership participation extended beyond immediate financial returns to include long-term implications for her investment strategy and professional development objectives. The experience gained through large-scale development could enhance her capabilities for future projects, while the success of this partnership could establish credibility for additional institutional-scale investment opportunities. Diana's preparation for partnership negotiations included comprehensive analysis of comparable development projects, market research supporting demand projections, and financial structuring options that could optimize risk-sharing arrangements while ensuring adequate return potential. Her systematic approach to negotiation preparation reflected the analytical rigor she applied to all significant business decisions. The timing considerations Diana evaluated for the development partnership incorporated analysis of market cycles, interest rate trends, and regulatory environment factors that could influence project success and profitability. Her assessment suggested favorable conditions for mixed-use development in the Riverside District, with demographic trends and infrastructure improvements supporting long-term demand for residential and commercial space in the target market area. Diana's evaluation of alternative investment opportunities provided context for comparing the development partnership against other potential uses of her available capital and expertise. Her analysis considered acquisition of additional rental properties, expansion of her consulting practice, and investment in publicly traded real estate securities that could provide diversification benefits with lower risk profiles than development projects. The legal and regulatory analysis Diana conducted for the development partnership included review of zoning requirements, environmental regulations, and construction standards that would govern project execution. Her consultation with specialized attorneys and planning professionals ensured comprehensive understanding of compliance requirements and potential approval challenges that could impact project timeline and cost projection. Diana's assessment of the development team proposed by Metropolitan Development Corporation included evaluation of their track record, financial capacity, and operational capabilities that would determine project execution quality and success probability. Her research into comparable projects managed by the development team provided confidence in their ability to navigate complex construction and approval processes while maintaining quality standards and budget discipline. The market analysis Diana prepared for the development partnership, incorporated demographic research, economic development trends, and competitive analysis that supported demand projections for mixed-use development in the Riverside District. Her comprehensive market study provided evidence supporting the partnership proposal while identifying potential risks and mitigation strategies for market-related challenges. Diana's financial planning for potential partnership participation included stress testing scenarios that evaluated her ability to meet capital commitments under various market conditions, while maintaining adequate liquidity for ongoing property operations and personal financial security. Her conservative approach to financial planning ensured that partnership participation would not jeopardize her existing investment portfolio or compromise her long-term financial objectives. The operational considerations Diana evaluated for development partnership included coordination requirements with her existing property management responsibilities, time allocation for project oversight activities, and potential conflicts with her consulting practice and employment obligation. Her systematic approach to capacity planning ensured that partnership participation would not compromise performance in her other business activities. Diana's consultation with trusted advisors, including her accountant, attorney, and established real estate professionals, provided diverse perspectives on the partnership opportunity and potential implications for her overall investment strategy. Their collective guidance helped her evaluate both opportunities and risks, while ensuring that her decision-making process incorporated comprehensive consideration of all relevant factors. The technology infrastructure Diana would require for development project management included sophisticated project management software, financial tracking systems, and communication platforms that could coordinate activities across multiple stakeholders and contractors. Her investment in appropriate technology tools would enhance project execution capabilities, while providing visibility into progress and performance metrics throughout the development process. Diana's evaluation of exit strategies for the development partnership included analysis of potential disposition options upon project completion, refinancing opportunities for long-term ownership, and partnership dissolution procedures that could provide liquidity while preserving ongoing investment returns. Her systematic approach to exit planning ensured that partnership participation aligned with her long-term wealth accumulation and portfolio optimization objectives. The personal growth opportunities Diana recognized through development partnership participation included enhanced project management capabilities, expanded professional networks, and sophisticated real estate expertise that could support larger investment opportunities throughout her career. The experience gained through this partnership could establish foundation for transition from individual property investor to institutional-scale real estate professional. Diana's decision-making framework for the partnership opportunity incorporated both quantitative analysis of financial projections and qualitative assessment of strategic alignment with her long-term objective. Her systematic evaluation process ensured that her final decision would reflect comprehensive consideration of opportunities, risks, and implications for her overall investment strategy and professional development. The foundation Diana had built through successful property investment and consulting practice positioned her to evaluate and potentially pursue partnership opportunities that could accelerate her wealth accumulation while expanding her professional capability. Her demonstrated expertise and established credibility created options for business development that reflected the extraordinary success she had achieved through strategic planning and disciplined execution. Diana Chen's decision to proceed with the Metropolitan Development Corporation partnership represented the most significant commitment of her real estate investment career, requiring financial resources that would leverage her entire portfolio while demanding project management capabilities that extended far beyond her previous experience with individual property acquisitions and renovation. The partnership agreement she negotiated provided favorable profit-sharing arrangements while incorporating protective provisions that limited her exposure to cost overruns and construction delays that could jeopardize her existing investment. The initial phase of the Riverside District Development Project required Diana to coordinate comprehensive site preparation activities,
including environmental remediation, utility infrastructure upgrade,
and zoning modification approvals that involved multiple municipal agencies and regulatory compliance procedures. Her systematic approach to project management incorporated detailed timeline coordination, budget monitoring, and stakeholder communication protocols that ensured efficient progress through complex approval process. Diana's preparation for the development project included establishing relationships with specialized contractors, environmental consultants, and municipal planning officials who possessed the expertise necessary for successful completion of large-scale adaptive reuse construction. Her vendor selection process emphasized proven track records with similar projects, competitive pricing structures, and operational capabilities that could meet the demanding timeline and quality standards required for the mixed-use development. The financing arrangements Diana secured for the development project incorporated construction loans from multiple institutional lenders, private investor partnerships, and pre-sale commitments that provided adequate capital for project completion while optimizing cost of funds and maintaining financial flexibility throughout the construction process. Her sophisticated understanding of development financing enabled negotiation of favorable terms that protected her equity investment while ensuring adequate liquidity for unexpected expenses or market change. Diana's role in the development partnership extended beyond financial contribution to include market analysis, tenant recruitment, and operational planning that leveraged her established expertise in property management and local real estate market. Her comprehensive understanding of rental market dynamics and tenant preferences informed design decisions and marketing strategies that enhanced the project's competitive position and profitability potential. The construction management responsibilities Diana assumed required coordination of multiple contractor relationships, quality control procedures, and progress monitoring systems that ensured adherence to project specifications, budget parameters, and completion timelines. Her systematic approach to construction oversight incorporated regular site inspections, contractor performance evaluations, and problem resolution protocols that maintained project momentum while addressing challenges promptly and effectively. Diana's marketing strategy for the development project incorporated pre-sale initiatives for residential units, pre-leasing activities for commercial spaces, and community engagement programs that built local support for the project while generating advance commitments that supported construction financing and reduced market risk. Her comprehensive marketing approach combined traditional real estate promotion with innovative digital strategies that reached target demographics effectively. The regulatory approval process Diana navigated for the development project required coordination with municipal planning departments, environmental agencies, and utility providers to secure permits and approvals necessary for construction commencement. Her proactive approach to regulatory compliance incorporated early stakeholder engagement, comprehensive documentation preparation, and timeline management that minimized delays and ensured smooth progression through complex approval procedures. Diana's project management systems incorporated sophisticated tracking and reporting capabilities that provided real-time visibility into construction progress, budget performance, and schedule adherence across all aspects of the development project. Her investment in specialized project management software and communication platforms enabled efficient coordination among contractors, consultants, and municipal officials, while maintaining comprehensive documentation for quality control and financial reporting purposes. The design development process Diana coordinated for the mixed-use project balanced market appeal with construction efficiency to optimize both tenant satisfaction and development profitability. Her collaboration with architectural professionals and interior designers incorporated market research findings and tenant preference analysis that informed space planning, amenity selection, and finish specifications that enhanced competitive positioning while controlling construction costs. Diana's approach to tenant recruitment for the commercial components of the development project emphasized attracting quality businesses that would enhance the overall project appeal while providing stable rental income and positive community impact. Her systematic tenant screening process evaluated financial stability, business compatibility, and operational requirements that ensured successful long-term occupancy and tenant satisfaction. The quality control procedures Diana implemented throughout the construction process incorporated regular inspections, materials verification, and contractor performance monitoring that ensured adherence to project specifications and industry standards. Her systematic approach to quality assurance protected the project's reputation and market value while minimizing warranty issues and maintenance costs that could impact long-term profitability. Diana's coordination of utility infrastructure improvements required collaboration with municipal utility departments and private service providers to ensure adequate capacity for the mixed-use development while optimizing connection costs and service reliability. Her proactive approach to infrastructure planning incorporated future expansion considerations and energy efficiency measures that enhanced long-term operational performance and tenant satisfaction. The environmental remediation activities Diana oversaw addressed soil contamination and groundwater issues that required specialized expertise and regulatory compliance to ensure safe development of the former industrial site. Her coordination of environmental consultants and remediation contractors ensured completion of necessary cleanup activities within budget and timeline parameters while meeting all applicable environmental protection standards. Diana's management of municipal relationships throughout the development process incorporated regular communication with planning officials, building inspectors, and community representatives to maintain positive project momentum and address concerns promptly. Her collaborative approach to stakeholder management built support for the project while ensuring compliance with all applicable regulations and community development objectives. The financial reporting systems Diana established for the development project provided comprehensive tracking of construction costs, financing expenses, and revenue projections that enabled informed decision-making throughout the project lifecycle. Her systematic approach to financial management incorporated regular budget reviews, variance analysis, and forecast updates that maintained cost control while ensuring adequate resources for quality project completion. Diana's coordination of pre-sale activities for residential units incorporated comprehensive marketing campaigns, model unit development, and sales process management that generated advance commitments, supporting construction financing while reducing market risk. Her systematic approach to pre-sale management combined traditional real estate marketing with innovative digital strategies that reached target demographics effectively. The community engagement initiatives Diana implemented for the development project included public information sessions, local business outreach, and neighborhood association collaboration that built support for the project while addressing community concerns and suggestions. Her proactive approach to community relations enhanced the project's reputation and market appeal while ensuring positive integration with existing neighborhood character. Diana's management of construction timeline coordination required careful sequencing of contractor activities, materials delivery scheduling, and inspection procedures that optimized project efficiency while maintaining quality standards. Her systematic approach to schedule management incorporated contingency planning and problem resolution protocols that maintained project momentum despite inevitable challenges and unexpected issues. The professional development Diana achieved through managing the large-scale development project enhanced her expertise in construction management, municipal relations, and complex project coordination that positioned her for additional institutional-scale investment opportunities. Her successful execution of this challenging project demonstrated capabilities that exceeded typical individual investor competencies while establishing credibility for future partnership arrangements. Diana's approach to risk management throughout the development project incorporated comprehensive insurance coverage, legal compliance procedures, and financial controls that protected her investment while ensuring successful project completion. Her systematic risk assessment and mitigation strategies addressed construction risks, market risks, and regulatory risks that could impact project timeline,
cost, or profitability. The technology integration Diana implemented throughout the development project included building automation systems, energy management controls, and communication infrastructure that enhanced operational efficiency while providing competitive advantages in tenant recruitment and retention. Her investment in advanced building systems positioned the project for superior long-term performance and market appeal. Diana's coordination of final project completion activities included punch list management, occupancy permit, acquisition, and tenant move-in coordination that ensured smooth transition from construction to operational phase. Her systematic approach to project closeout incorporated quality verification procedures and warranty documentation that protected long-term project value and performance. The financial performance achieved through the development project exceeded initial projections for both construction costs and market reception, validating Diana's analytical methods and project management capabilities while providing substantial returns that accelerated her wealth accumulation timeline. The project's success established her reputation as a capable development partner while creating opportunities for additional large-scale investment projects. Diana's successful completion of the Riverside District Development Project represented a transformational achievement that elevated her from individual property investor to recognized real estate developer with demonstrated capabilities for managing complex, large-scale projects. The experience gained and relationships developed through this project positioned her for continued expansion into institutional-scale real estate investment and development opportunities. The foundation Diana established through successful completion of this major development project created credibility and expertise that would support additional partnership opportunities while demonstrating her ability to manage complex projects that required sophisticated coordination, substantial financial resources, and professional competencies that exceeded typical individual investor capabilities. Diana Chen's successful completion of the Riverside District Development Project had generated substantial financial returns that enabled rapid expansion of her property portfolio, while simultaneously creating professional obligations that threatened to overwhelm her carefully maintained work-life balance. The project's success had attracted attention from additional development partners seeking her expertise for increasingly complex ventures. While her consulting practice experienced unprecedented growth as financial institutions throughout the region solicited her analytical services for high-stakes real estate transactions. The time management challenges Diana faced required sophisticated scheduling systems and delegation strategies that enabled her to fulfill her employment obligations at Hartwell Property Services while managing 23 investment properties, serving multiple consulting clients. In evaluating new development opportunities that demanded immediate attention, her systematic approach to priority management incorporated detailed calendar coordination, task delegation protocols, and communication systems that ensured consistent performance across all professional responsibilities despite exponentially increasing demand. Diana's expansion into institutional-scale consulting relationships included assignments with Meridian Financial Group, a regional banking consortium that required comprehensive market analysis for commercial real estate lending portfolios exceeding $50 million in aggregate value. The complexity of these engagements demanded analytical capabilities and market expertise that positioned Diana as one of the region's most respected real estate consultants, while generating consulting income that rivaled her property investment return.
The operational demands of managing her expanded property portfolio required Diana to establish formal property management systems that incorporated professional staff, standardized procedures, and technology platforms capable of coordinating maintenance activities, tenant relations, and financial reporting across multiple property types and geographic locations. Her transition from hands-on property management to systematic oversight required delegation skills and quality control processes that maintained her operational standards while enabling continued portfolio expansion. Diana's recruitment of Sarah Martinez as her first full-time property management employee represented a strategic decision to maintain operational excellence while creating capacity for pursuing additional investment opportunities. Sarah's background in hospitality management and customer service provided the interpersonal skills necessary for effective tenant relations, while her attention to detail ensured consistent execution of Diana's property maintenance and administrative procedures. The training program Diana developed for Sarah incorporated comprehensive instruction in property management, best practices, tenant screening procedures, maintenance coordination protocols, and emergency response systems that ensured consistent service delivery across all property. Diana's systematic approach to staff development reflected her understanding that operational excellence required capable team members who understood her standards and could execute complex procedures independently. Diana's implementation of sophisticated property management software provided centralized coordination of rent collection, maintenance requests, lease renewals, and financial reporting that enhanced operational efficiency while providing real-time visibility into portfolio performance. The technology platform enabled her to monitor property operations remotely while maintaining direct oversight of critical decisions and tenant relationships that required her personal attention. The expansion of Diana's consulting practice required careful balance with her property investment activities to avoid conflicts of interest, while maximizing the synergistic benefits of market intelligence and professional relationships that enhanced both business segments. Her systematic approach to client management incorporated clear ethical guidelines and disclosure procedures that maintained professional integrity while enabling cross-pollination of expertise and market knowledge. Diana's collaboration with Thompson & Associates, a boutique real estate investment firm, provided opportunities to participate in larger transactions while sharing risk and management responsibilities with experienced partners. The partnership arrangements enabled Diana to pursue acquisitions exceeding her individual financial capacity while gaining exposure to sophisticated investment strategies and institutional quality properties that enhanced her professional development. The financial complexity of Diana's expanded operations required sophisticated accounting systems and tax planning strategies that optimized her overall investment performance while ensuring compliance with regulations governing real estate investment and professional service activity. Her collaboration with specialized accountants and tax advisors enabled implementation of advanced strategies including cost segregation studies, depreciation optimization, and entity structuring that maximized after-tax returns across all business activity. Diana's systematic approach to cash flow management incorporated detailed forecasting models that projected income and expenses across her property portfolio, consulting practice, and development activities, while maintaining adequate liquidity for unexpected opportunities or challenges. Her conservative financial planning ensured operational stability while enabling strategic flexibility for pursuing time-sensitive investment opportunities that required rapid capital deployment. The insurance coverage Diana maintained for her expanded operations included comprehensive policies protecting against property damage, liability claims, professional errors and omissions, and business interruption losses that could jeopardize her substantial asset base and income stream. Her systematic approach to risk management incorporated regular policy reviews and coverage optimization that ensured adequate protection while controlling insurance costs through competitive bidding and risk mitigation strategies. Diana's relationship with her family became increasingly complex as her time commitments for business activities limited her availability for social gatherings and family events that her parents and sister expected her to prioritize. The tension between her professional obligations and family expectations required careful navigation to maintain relationships while protecting the privacy that enabled her continued business success. The physical demands of Diana's expanded responsibilities created fatigue and stress that required systematic health management strategies including regular exercise, adequate sleep, and stress reduction techniques that maintained her energy and decision-making capabilities despite intensive work schedule. Her recognition that sustainable success required personal wellness led to implementation of health maintenance routines that supported long-term performance and life satisfaction. Diana's professional development continued through participation in advanced real estate education programs, industry conferences, and executive leadership training that enhanced her capabilities for managing complex organizations and large-scale investment projects. Her investment in continuous learning reflected her understanding that sustained success required adaptation to evolving market conditions and increasingly sophisticated operational requirements. The networking activities Diana pursued within the real estate and financial communities provided access to exclusive investment opportunities, strategic partnerships, and market intelligence that enhanced her competitive position while building relationships with professionals who could support her continued business expansion. Her systematic approach to relationship building incorporated regular communication, mutual value creation, and strategic collaboration that strengthened her professional network. Diana's expansion into commercial real estate brokerage activities provided additional income streams, while leveraging her market expertise and professional relationships to assist other investors with property acquisitions and disposition. Her brokerage activities generated transaction fees, while providing market intelligence that informed her personal investment decisions and consulting recommendations. The technology infrastructure Diana implemented for her expanded operations included customer relationship management systems, financial reporting platforms, and communication tools that enabled efficient coordination across multiple business activities while maintaining professional standards and client service quality. Her investment in appropriate technology enhanced operational efficiency while providing scalability for continued business growth. Diana's approach to vendor management across her expanded operations emphasized long-term relationships with reliable service providers who understood her quality standards and could deliver consistent results across multiple properties and projects. Her systematic vendor evaluation and performance monitoring ensured service quality while controlling costs through competitive bidding and volume pricing arrangement. The legal compliance requirements Diana managed across her property portfolio and consulting practice required ongoing attention to evolving regulations governing real estate investment, professional services, and business operation. Her proactive approach to legal compliance incorporated regular consultation with specialized attorneys and systematic review of regulatory changes that could impact her business activities. Diana's strategic planning process incorporated regular evaluation of her business portfolio to identify optimization opportunities, resource allocation priorities, and growth strategies that aligned with her long-term financial objectives and professional interests. Her systematic approach to strategic planning ensured that her various business activities complemented rather than competed with each other while maximizing overall performance and satisfaction. The succession planning Diana initiated for her business operations addressed continuity requirements for property management, consulting relationships, and strategic partnerships that would ensure operational stability during temporary absences or unexpected challenges. Her systematic approach to business continuity planning protected her investment portfolio and professional relationships while providing flexibility for personal activities and strategic opportunities. Diana's personal financial management required sophisticated planning strategies that optimized tax efficiency while providing adequate liquidity for investment opportunities and personal expenses. Her collaboration with financial advisors enabled implementation of advanced wealth management techniques, including tax-deferred investing, estate planning, and asset protection strategies that supported her long-term financial security and family consideration. The time pressures Diana experienced from her expanded professional responsibilities created challenges in maintaining her modest lifestyle and privacy protection strategies that concealed the extent of her business success from family members and casual acquaintances. The increasing difficulty of managing her dual existence required careful attention to scheduling and communication that prevented inadvertent disclosure of her substantial achievement. Diana's recognition that her current pace of expansion was approaching unsustainable levels led to strategic decisions about delegation, automation, and selective opportunity evaluation that would enable continued growth while maintaining operational excellence and personal wellness. Her systematic approach to capacity management ensured that business expansion enhanced rather than compromised her long-term success and life satisfaction. Diana Chen's recognition that her dual existence had become unsustainable coincided with an unexpected opportunity to transition into institutional real estate investment management through Pacific Meridian Holding, a private equity firm specializing in commercial real estate acquisitions throughout the western United States. The firm's managing partner Richard Blackstone had approached Diana through her consulting network after reviewing her analytical work for Meridian Financial Group and recognizing capabilities that exceeded typical individual consultant expertise. The opportunity presented by Pacific Meridian Holdings represented validation of Diana's professional development, while offering a pathway to leverage her expertise on a national scale through institutional capital and sophisticated investment platform. The position would require relocation to their San Francisco headquarters and transition from individual property ownership to managing investment portfolios, exceeding $200 million in aggregate value. Diana's evaluation of this career opportunity required comprehensive analysis, the personal and professional implications of revealing her substantial property portfolio and consulting practice to potential employers who assumed they were recruiting a promising analyst rather than an established real estate investor with demonstrated capabilities, managing complex transactions and substantial assets. The due diligence process Diana anticipated from Pacific Meridian Holdings would inevitably reveal the extent of her real estate investments and professional accomplishments, necessitating strategic disclosure of information she had carefully concealed from family members and professional contacts throughout her career development. The timing of this revelation required careful coordination to maintain professional relationships, while managing family reactions to discoveries about her true circumstances. Diana's preparation for disclosure of her real estate portfolio incorporated comprehensive documentation of property acquisitions, financial performance, and management systems that demonstrated her capabilities to Pacific Meridian Holdings, while providing evidence of her analytical skills and operational expertise. The portfolio documentation revealed investment returns and asset appreciation that validated her strategic approach, while illustrating expertise that exceeded typical institutional analyst qualification. The financial analysis Diana prepared for potential portfolio transition included evaluation of liquidity options, tax implications, and strategic restructuring alternatives that could optimize her wealth position while enabling pursuit of institutional career opportunity. Her consultation with specialized tax advisors and estate planning attorneys ensured that portfolio transition strategies aligned with long-term wealth preservation objectives, while minimizing adverse tax consequences. Diana's strategic communication plan for family disclosure incorporated careful timing and presentation techniques that would minimize shock while demonstrating the thoughtful planning and disciplined execution that enabled her extraordinary achievement. Her approach balanced transparency about her accomplishments with explanation of the strategic reasons for maintaining privacy throughout her wealth accumulation process. The preparation Diana undertook for revealing her true circumstances included organization of financial statements, property documentation, and performance reports that illustrated the systematic approach and professional competence that enabled her success. The comprehensive documentation provided evidence of her capabilities, while addressing potential questions about her methods and decision-making processes. Diana's consultation with communications professionals provided guidance for managing the disclosure process, while maintaining professional relationships and family harmony. The strategic advice incorporated timing considerations, message development, and stakeholder management techniques that could minimize disruption while ensuring accurate understanding of her achievements and capability. The psychological preparation Diana conducted for disclosure of her hidden success addressed potential reactions from family members who had maintained assumptions about her circumstances for several years. Her analysis of family dynamics and individual personalities enabled development of customized communication approaches that considered each person's perspective and likely emotional responses to discovering her true situation. Diana's evaluation of the Pacific Meridian Holdings opportunity incorporated assessment of professional growth potential, compensation arrangements, and strategic alignment with her long-term career objective. The position offered exposure to institutional investment strategies and national market opportunities that could enhance her expertise, while providing platform for continued professional development and wealth accumulation. The networking relationships Diana had cultivated throughout her real estate career provided references and endorsements that supported her candidacy for the Pacific Meridian Holdings position, while validating her professional capabilities and ethical standards. Her systematic approach to relationship building created a foundation of professional advocates
who could attest to her competence and character. Diana's preparation for employment negotiations with Pacific Meridian Holdings included analysis of compensation structure, equity participation opportunities, and contract terms that would optimize her financial position while ensuring appropriate recognition for her existing expertise and proven capability. Her systematic approach to negotiation preparation reflected the analytical skills that had enabled her real estate success. The transition planning Diana developed for her existing property portfolio incorporated management structure alternatives, disposition strategy, and operational continuity procedures that would enable her to pursue institutional career opportunities while protecting her accumulated wealth and ongoing investment return.
Her systematic approach to transition planning ensured that career advancement would enhance rather than compromise her financial position. Diana's evaluation of portfolio management alternatives included assessment of professional management companies, partnership arrangements, and trust structures that could provide ongoing oversight of her real estate investments while enabling geographic relocation and career transition. The evaluation process incorporated analysis of fees, performance standards, and control mechanisms that would protect her interests while enabling professional flexibility. The legal and regulatory considerations Diana addressed for portfolio transition included entity structuring, tax optimization, and fiduciary arrangements that would ensure appropriate oversight of her assets, while maintaining compliance with applicable regulations governing real estate investment and professional service activities. Her proactive approach to legal planning protected her interests while enabling smooth transition to institutional employment. Diana's preparation for salary negotiations incorporated comprehensive analysis of institutional compensation structures, performance incentives, and equity participation arrangements that reflected the value of her existing expertise and proven track record in real estate investment and analysis. Her research into comparable positions and compensation levels ensured that her expectations aligned with market standards while recognizing her exceptional qualifications. The professional development Diana pursued in preparation for institutional employment included advanced training in investment analysis, portfolio management, and institutional real estate strategies that would enhance her effectiveness in managing larger investment portfolios and complex transaction structures. Her investment in specialized education demonstrated commitment to excellence while ensuring readiness for expanded responsibility. Diana's analysis of geographic and lifestyle implications of potential relocation incorporated assessment of housing markets, cost of living, and quality of life factors that would influence her personal satisfaction and long-term career success. Her systematic approach to location analysis reflected the same methodical evaluation techniques she applied to investment decisions. The strategic timing Diana planned for her disclosure process incorporated coordination with employment negotiations, family communications, and professional relationship management to ensure optimal outcomes across all stakeholder groups. Her systematic approach to timing optimization minimized potential conflicts while maximizing opportunities for positive reception of her revelation. Diana's preparation for family conversations included development of presentation materials that illustrated her investment strategy, portfolio performance, and professional achievements, while explaining the strategic reasons for maintaining privacy throughout her wealth accumulation process. The materials provided evidence of her competence while addressing potential concerns about her methods and motivations. The emotional preparation Diana conducted for family disclosure incorporated stress management techniques, communication strategy, and conflict resolution approaches that would enable her to maintain composure while addressing challenging questions or reactions from family members who might feel deceived or excluded from her success. Diana's evaluation of professional reputation implications for disclosure of her property portfolio included assessment of potential impacts on consulting relationships, employment opportunities, and industry recognition that could affect her long-term career prospects. Her analysis suggested that disclosure of her achievements would enhance rather than compromise her professional standing, while providing credibility for pursuing larger opportunities. The comprehensive planning Diana undertaken for transition from individual property investor to institutional real estate professional reflected the strategic thinking and systematic approach that had enabled her extraordinary success while ensuring that career advancement would build upon rather than replace her accumulated expertise and financial achievement. Diana's recognition that the time had arrived for strategic disclosure of her true circumstances represented maturation of her wealth accumulation strategy and readiness for transition to the next phase of her professional development. The foundation she had built through systematic planning and disciplined execution positioned her for institutional career opportunities, while ensuring that her accumulated wealth would support rather than constrain her future choices and objectives. The preparation Diana completed for revealing her hidden success demonstrated the same methodical approach and attention to detail that had enabled her real estate achievements, while ensuring that the disclosure process would enhance her professional opportunities and family relationships, rather than creating unnecessary conflict. Diana Chan's final decision to accept the position with Pacific Meridian Holdings precipitated a cascade of revelations that would fundamentally alter her relationships with family members, while establishing her professional reputation as one of the region's most accomplished real estate investors. The employment contract she signed included provisions requiring comprehensive disclosure of her existing property investments and consulting relationship, making continued concealment of her achievements impossible, while creating opportunities for unprecedented professional recognition and career advancement. The due diligence process initiated by Pacific Meridian Holdings required Diana to provide detailed documentation of her property portfolio, consulting practice, and professional relationships that would enable the firm to evaluate potential conflicts of interest while assessing the full scope of her expertise and market knowledge. The comprehensive financial disclosure revealed investment returns and asset values that astonished the firm's senior partner, who had anticipated recruiting a promising analyst rather than discovering an established investor with demonstrated capabilities exceeding many institutional professionals. Diana's preparation for the disclosure process included organization of property acquisition records, financial performance reports, and consulting engagement documentation that illustrated the systematic approach and analytical rigor that enabled her extraordinary success. The comprehensive portfolio review revealed 28 investment properties with aggregate value exceeding $18 million, generating monthly rental income of $73,000, while demonstrating consistent appreciation and operational excellence across diverse property types and market segments. The verification procedures conducted by Pacific Meridian Holdings incorporated independent appraisals, financial audits, and reference checks that confirmed the accuracy of Diana's disclosures while validating her analytical capabilities and operational competence. The due diligence results exceeded the firm's expectations for senior analyst qualifications, prompting discussions about modified employment arrangements that would recognize her existing expertise while providing opportunities for institutional-scale investment management. Diana's negotiation of employment terms with Pacific Meridian Holdings reflected her enhanced bargaining position, following disclosure of her substantial property portfolio and proven investment track record. The final agreement included senior associate compensation, equity participation arrangements, and portfolio management responsibilities that recognized her demonstrated capabilities while providing platform for continued professional development and wealth accumulation through institutional investment activity. The timing of Diana's employment transition coincided with her sister Michelle's announcement of engagement to David Morrison, a corporate attorney whose family owned several technology companies in Silicon Valley. The engagement celebration provided the context for family gathering that would serve as the venue for Diana's long-delayed disclosure of her true circumstances and professional achievement. Michelle's engagement party planning incorporated elaborate arrangements at an upscale restaurant with extensive guest list, including her professional colleagues, David's family members, and mutual friends from their social circle. The celebration represented Michelle's desire to demonstrate her successful lifestyle and advantageous relationship, while inadvertently creating circumstances that would highlight the contrast between perceived and actual family achievement level. Diana's preparation for family disclosure during the engagement celebration included development of presentation materials that would communicate her achievements effectively while minimizing potential embarrassment or conflict with Michelle's celebration. Her approach balanced transparency about her success with sensitivity to family dynamics and celebration objectives that should remain focused on Michelle's engagement announcement. The psychological preparation Diana undertook for family revelation addressed potential emotional reactions from parents and sister who had maintained assumptions about her modest circumstances throughout her wealth accumulation process. Her analysis of family personalities and relationship dynamics enabled development of communication strategies that would present information clearly while addressing anticipated concerns about her methods and motivations for maintaining privacy. Diana's consultation with communications professionals provided guidance for managing family disclosure while maintaining relationships and minimizing potential conflicts that could arise from revelations about concealed success. The strategic advice incorporated timing considerations, message development, and response preparation that would enable effective communication while preserving family harmony during Michelle's engagement celebration. The documentation Diana prepared for family presentation included property portfolio summaries, financial performance reports, and professional achievement highlights that would demonstrate her capabilities while explaining the strategic rationale for maintaining discretion throughout her career development. The materials provided comprehensive evidence of her success while addressing potential questions about her decision-making processes and long-term objectives. Diana's anticipation of family reactions incorporated preparation for various scenarios, including surprise, skepticism, pride, and potential resentment from family members who might feel excluded from her success or deceived about her true circumstance. Her systematic approach to reaction management included response strategies for different emotional reactions while maintaining focus on positive aspects of her achievements and future opportunities. The professional implications of Diana's disclosure extended beyond family relationships to encompass potential impacts on her consulting practice, property management operations, and industry reputation within the local real estate community. Her analysis suggested that revelation of her achievements would enhance rather than compromise her professional standing, while creating opportunities for expanded business development and strategic partnership. Diana's coordination of portfolio transition activities incorporated delegation of property management responsibilities to her established team, while implementing oversight systems that would ensure operational continuity during her geographic relocation and employment transition. The systematic approach to operational transition protected her investment returns while enabling pursuit of institutional career opportunities without compromising existing business performance. The legal and financial preparations Diana completed for employment transition included entity restructuring, tax optimization strategy, and fiduciary arrangements that would protect her property investments while enabling compliance with Pacific Meridian Holdings' employment requirements and potential conflict of interest regulation. Her proactive approach to legal planning ensured smooth transition while maintaining optimal tax efficiency and asset protection. Diana's evaluation of relocation logistics incorporated assessment of housing options in San Francisco, transportation arrangements for periodic property oversight activities, and communication systems that would enable continued involvement in local real estate markets while pursuing institutional investment opportunities. The systematic approach to relocation planning ensured continuity of operations while enabling geographic flexibility for career advancement. The timing strategy Diana developed for family disclosure incorporated coordination with employment announcement, relocation timeline, and engagement celebration schedule to optimize reception of information while minimizing disruption to family relationships and celebration objectives. Her careful attention to timing considerations reflected understanding of family dynamics and communication effectiveness principles. Diana's preparation for potential media attention resulting from her career transition included development of professional biography materials and talking points that would present her story effectively, while maintaining appropriate privacy about personal financial details and family relationships. The strategic communication planning protected her interests while enabling positive professional recognition and industry reputation enhancement. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up, just click and check them out. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from